self-rediscovery. And I was actually part of that.
You were?
I went on location.
Tell us, Roger.
I went on location with the show last week in Greenville, South Carolina. I mistakenly thought it was going to be warm and sunny, but it wasn't.
They mistakenly thought it was going to be warm and sunny too.
And some days were good, and I was supposed to be at like a racetrack all day, but things got shuffled around, so I actually did several indoor and outdoor locations in one day. They switched days around, but have some footage of that so you can watch it right now.
Awesome.
Okay, those are my interviews with Michael Park and Mark Collier. And I'll have a little bit more of those coming soon on our website.
I'm so looking forward to that. I mean, this story is just really, really ripping my heart out. This is a great story, and I mean, it's great because it's sad, but I'm glad to see that they're really doing a lot with that.
Yeah, I really like the footage that I saw them shoot, and Maura West is back this week, and she looks better than ever. She just keeps looking better. But Alex, you're from Atlanta or Georgia, Marietta?
A suburb north of Atlanta, yeah.
Right. And Greenville's not that far away. Have you ever been to Greenville?
Yeah, my sister has some family up there, so I've been back and forth. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I know the city very well, but yeah.
Cool. Now, I have to ask you a question. This is just an indulgent question, but do people from the South really eat at Cracker Barrel? Cracker Barrel?
I have eaten at Cracker Barrel more than once. Yes.
Okay. No, I have to ask because I'm from the West Coast, but I think Cracker Barrel is amazing. But I didn't know if anyone from the South actually ate there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely. In fact, if there was a Cracker Barrel in New York, I'd probably go.
Oh my God, me too. I would see you there.
There's actually a Cracker Barrel.
Also a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. There's a Cracker Barrel about an hour north of the city, and I actually was just there last week.
Oh my God. Okay, we're doing a show from Cracker Barrel. That's all there is to it.
So you mentioned Alex Chando before, and it's kind of interesting. Your love interest has kind of the same name, or potential love interest. Is there maybe a love story with Alex? I mean, with Hunter and Maddie coming up, or because I loved the first scene where they kind of met each other and they were like they bonded over their phones or whatever it was. That was really cute.
I mean, I guess what I'll say is that she's got a lot of stuff to work out with Casey first, and they've got a lot of storyline and things to resolve from when she was on the show before. But I know at the moment Hunter would like there to be, and takes several actions to, maybe be more aggressive than he has been in the past. And I say aggressive very, very kind of loosely because it's Hunter. So, but yeah, I think that's definitely something that Hunter is trying. There's like a void kind of in his life, so maybe that connection with Maddie is something that will help complete that,
But with Hunter's luck, she will probably also be his sister.
Right. Yeah.
Because who knows how many eggs Larry has been running.
There's just no telling. There's just no telling.
You mentioned romantic comedy before, and I always thought Alex Chando would be the next Meg Ryan, who started on As the World Turns, and then did a number of romantic comedy films and became hugely successful. Alex Chando kind of has that sense of humor and comedic timing, and do we see like humorous scenes between the two of you? And
yeah, that's really what we've been working toward is that the awkward energy, I guess, from Hunter and the unsure energy from Maddie, what that really forms when you put them in private, intimate situations. So there has been a lot of that back and forth, and the writers, they made it pretty clear that that's how it wants to play, and hopefully we can bring that to life.
Now, what part of you do you identify with Hunter, or is Hunter more like somebody you know in your life?
No, I mean, the more I play Hunter, I think the more that I can identify with this character. But I think the saying things before you actually are sure of them, or before you know that they should be said, maybe might be my problem, because I guess as we were talking about before, there is no should or shouldn't for him. He kind of just throws it out there and then has to deal with the consequences. So I tend to do that in real life, and sometimes it gets me into trouble, and then sometimes it works out. So maybe that's one aspect. The other side is, the gadgetry in Hunter's life, and his fascination with that, and his ability to learn about it in that quick of a way. I don't know. That's kind of a dork myself, so yeah, so I like that stuff too.
In that way, you know, I think Hunter is a little bit more, despite all the crazy stuff with his family heritage and his connections, his personality seems really reality-based to me, and that's one of the things I've appreciated about him.
Thank you.
But, you know, this whole idea of reality is also becoming so kind of subjective and so out there. As a matter of fact, recently Roger and I went to Central Park to find out if people could tell the difference between reality and soap. Check this out. Well, now, do you think you would be able to tell the difference between real-life headlines and As the World Turns storylines?
I won't stake my life on it, but yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, would you bet a t-shirt on it?
I'll bet you a t-shirt.
Okay, then we're going to do a t-shirt on that. Then we're going to find someone to do this. We're going to compete with you about real-life storylines and As the World Turns storylines. But I got my money bet on you, so you're not going to let me down, right?
We'll try not to.
Okay. So coming up later in the show, we're going to work this competition.
All right, so we talked about you being from the South, but then at some point you moved out to LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you went to, I think you went to USC?
Mm-hmm.
And did some...
Now, my family are all Bruins, so I think we have to, like...
No one's perfect. It's okay.
Okay. Oh!
And you also, you did Joan of Arcadia, right? You did that out in LA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I worked on
Now,
that show. Yeah.
that was, I love that show when that was on. Amber Tamlin is a wonderful actress, and so you played the third episode,
Mm-hmm.
the star football player.
Right. A wrestler, I think it might have been.
Was he a wrestler? Oh, okay.
Yeah, wrestler, football
So Arcadia,
player.
they have wrestlers.
He probably did. It was like, multi-seasonal athlete.
You played the jock.
Right, exactly.
How was that for you to play the jock, the popular jock of this school?
Oh, well, I mean, man, I was exactly the opposite of the popular jock in high school, so it was good. It was like getting my due.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was a wonderful experience. It was my first, pretty much my first professional job, so being on the set, it was shot single camera, so a little different from what we're doing on the soap, of course, but to get to work with that whole crew and set and cast was pretty cool. Yeah.
Good. Did you like living in Southern California?
I love Los Angeles. I've got a lot of great friends there. The reason that I left were to kind of pursue some things that I needed to do personally, not because of the actual place. So I mean, I look forward to going back, and I try to get out there a couple times a year. So
Great. Are you a beach person? Do you like the beach?
who's not, right?
I'm from there, and I'm actually not a huge beach person.
Well, I'll tell you, I grew up in the South, like you said,
Yeah.
and we would vacation in Florida on the Gulf, so that's kind of what my perception of beach is. And the sand's very white, and the ocean is not as brown. I don't know. It's clearer. So that's kind of what I think of the beach. The beaches are a little bit different out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah. But still, I mean, anytime you get to spend out in the sun and.
Well, the great thing about the various beaches in Southern California that I found is that every beach kind of has its own personality. You know, Santa Monica has its own personality, Pacific Palisades, and of course, Venice has a very distinct personality. And one of the things that we're so excited about is Venice, the series, which is being produced by Crystal Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, our correspondent on the West Coast, Stephanie Burke, got a chance to go to the set recently and do some very interesting interviews with Crystal Chappelle and many of the cast members. So we're going to play those clips right now.
All right, so thank you so much, Stephanie, for those great interviews. She was interviewing Crystal Chappelle and Jessica Lucia on a bed. I'm sure all their fans are going crazy, but very nice. And we have a lot more. She got a lot of great interviews, so we have a lot more to play throughout the week.
Great.
So, Alex, like this web soap is coming soon, around Thanksgiving. Martha Byrne, who was on As the World Turns for a long time, is doing a web soap, also Gotham. What do you think about web soaps or web series? Like, is that something you think you might want to do, or?
Well, like I said, I mean, whatever resources that you can use to get material out there is you should be doing. So I think first off, it's a phenomenal idea. In no way is the soap industry going to resign from putting the type of work that they have been doing for years out there for people to watch and enjoy. So if it means doing things like that, why not?
Right. And again, we're so excited because I do think it